Hello there and welcome to Verdict 2016, where we've been getting you for the past over a month or so about the poll-bound states, all the updates from them regarding voting, of course, as well as the EC's actions in all these states. Today, of course, we did see voting in Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Puducherry. We'll get you all the updates from there. I'm Tracy Shilshi and here are the headlines. Tamil Nadu witnesses brisk polling in 232 assembly constituencies with over 69% voters exercising their franchise till 5 p.m. today. Voting for 2 remaining constituencies to take place now on the 23rd of May. Voting also ends in neighbouring Kerala. Over 70% polling witnessed in the 140-member state assembly. Both major alliances ruling at UDF and the LDF claim victory. And it's a high voter turnout in Puducherry. The Union Territory witnesses over 84% of polling. Fate of 344 candidates contesting in 30 constituencies of Puducherry sealed. Well, it was a big day for voters in southern India, and an even bigger day for politicians. Assembly polls were held in Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Puducherry. Voting began at 7 a.m. in both the states and the Union Territory, and it came to an end at 6 p.m. Here's how voting took place in this all-important day.
Superstar Rajnikant was among the early voters in rainy Chennai as polling began in Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Puducherry at 7 a.m. today. He was followed a short while later by his neighbour and Tamil Nadu Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha, who is seeking a second straight term in the state. Among other early voters in Tamil Nadu were 93-year-old DMK chief M. Karunanidhi, who hopes to wrest the state back from Jayalalitha, and his daughter Kannimozhi and son M.K. Stalin, who stood in a queue to vote this morning. The DMK has joined hands with the Congress in the state.
திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகத்தின் வெற்றி மிகச் சிறப்பாக இருக்கிறது. இந்த தேர்தலில் வெற்றி வாய்ப்பு எங்களுக்கு தான் சிறப்பாக இருக்கிறது. அடுத்த ஆட்சி திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழக ஆட்சி தான்.
Over 100 crore rupees of cash has been seized in Tamil Nadu, where voting was cancelled hours before the elections in 2 of Tamil Nadu's 234 constituencies, Avarakuruchi and Tanjavur, following complaints of voters being bribed. Elections will be held there on May 23rd. For the first time, Tamil Nadu witnesses a multi-cornered contest. While actor-turned-politician Captain Vijay Kant leads a 4-party coalition, there is also 47-year-old Dr. Anbumani Ramadas of the PMK, who is contesting all seats in Tamil Nadu with an eye on young voters. Meanwhile, in Kerala, where voting was held for all 140 seats, the Left Democratic Front hopes to unseat the Congress-led United Democratic Front. Power has alternated between the two parties every 5 years.
ഞാൻ പള്ളിപ്പുറം പഞ്ചായത്തിൽ 7ാം വാർഡിലാണ്. പള്ളിപ്പുറം സെന്റ് മേരീസ് സ്കൂളിലാണ് എൻ്റെ വോട്ട് നടന്നത്. ഈ ഇലക്ഷനിൽ വോട്ട് ചെയ്തതിൽ വളരെയേറെ അഭിമാനമുണ്ട്. മുൻപത്തേക്കാൾ ഉപരി.
I feel very proud. I participated in today's elections. Now I request all of you proudly to participate in this election because it is our democratic right.
Like in Tamil Nadu, where the 90-plus Karunanidhi hopes to be Chief Minister again, in Kerala, charismatic left leader 93-year-old V.S. Achyutanandan is expected to be the Chief Minister if the LDF comes back to power in a closely fought contest with the Congress led by Chief Minister Oman Chandi.
Time we will win the election. We will change the general trend. Last 5 years, the people voted for UDF in all the elections. 3 by-elections to the State Assembly and a general election to the Parliament. So this time also they will definitely vote for UDF.
Last phase of the election campaign, this has become more visible and prominent. Many people who belong to the UDF camp, they abandoned their wrong political position and join with the Left Democratic.
So people want peace. They want development. In Kerala, Congress-led UDF government has been doing very well, and they have done their best to improve the standard of life of the people.
For the first time in Kerala, the BJP is an important factor, and how well it has done will impact the result of today's election. The party has never won an assembly or parliamentary seat in the state, but its vote share has steadily been rising, and it hopes to convert that into seats this time.
Surely favorable for BJP. It all depends. It's a crucial day today, so I am just hoping, keeping my fingers crossed, that the people take the right decision, because it's very important to change the way it is. There is not much development, as people say. The development which they are showing in all the big posters, it's basically done by central government, not the state government, actually with the help of central government, which is the BJP. So all the fund is from the BJP side, not from the UDF. So.
Elections were also held for the 30 assembly seats in Puducherry, where Chief Minister N. Rangaswamy, the leader of the All India NR Congress, is seeking re-election. In 2011, the newly formed party by the rebel congressmen had won 15 seats. AINRC, BJP and PMK are going it alone in the polls, while Congress and the DMK firmed up an alliance. While Congress contested 21 segments, DMK contested the rest. Votes will be counted on May 19th in all 5 states: Tamil Nadu, Kerala, West Bengal, Assam and Puducherry, where elections have been held since last month. Votes for the 2 Tamil Nadu constituencies where polling has been deferred will be counted on May 25th. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha Television.
All right, let's get a track, of course, of how things are panning out across those states. We've got Vishal Daya tracking those developments in Thiruvananthapuram. We've also got Ravindra Shiran joining us from Puducherry, and we've got Akhilesh Suman joining us from Chennai. If I could come to you, Vishal, first, give us a sense of, what you're seeing around you. We do understand the weather has played a spoil sport of sorts, really, in today's voting, but the percentage that we are hearing is still quite moderate. It's still quite okay for the state.
Well, yes, indeed, it is. In fact, the weather played spoilsport in the first 2 hours of the polling today, when starting 7 o'clock onwards till around 9 o'clock, there was, a heavy to a very heavy rainfall in certain areas of the state. Also in the capital city, there was constant drizzle. So that prevented the, early morning voters. We've seen so far the trend has been in elections, assembly elections specifically in several places, states, that voters tend to, come out in large numbers in the first 2-3 hours, and then take a break in the day and then come back again in the evening. But today, in the first few hours, the voting percentage was somewhere around 10%, not more than that. That was something which was then later on improved rather around 10 a.m. when the sun came out from behind the clouds. The voters also started turning up at the polling centers. We could see long queues. We could see voters trickling in groups of 4, 5 and 6 people. And this brought the voting percentage to somewhere around 55% till 3 p.m. That was pretty significant. And by 5 p.m., the last figures which the Election Commission released around an hour and a half ago was 70%. Till 5 p.m. Now that is quite significant, because in the last 1.5 hours we've seen the polling percentage goes up by at least around 7 to 8%. That should take the poll percentage in the state of Kerala past the 2011 number, which is 75%. So let's wait for another half an hour or so, because the final numbers are being collated right now, and as we speak, several polling booths, the polling parties at all these booths are winding up their operations. They are, in the final stages of sealing those EVMs, sending those final reports to the headquarters out here in Thiruvananthapuram. And once that happens, the final data will be collated, and we'll have the final figures in another half an hour or so. But more so, all in all, the polling process is almost over. Just a few more polling stations would have been left, wherein few more voters would be in the queue to cast their votes. But the final figure should be out by around 7:30 p.m. And everybody is hoping that this time around it will go beyond the 75% polling figure of 2011.
Looking forward to those final figures, of course. In Puducherry, Ravindra Shiran joining us. Puducherry, despite it being a small area, Ravindra, there have been 9 lakh voters that actually cast their votes. And, the percentage, of course, high. Over 82% is what you told us earlier. What are you hearing at the moment? Also, some of the issues that perhaps the voters voted for.
Yeah, Tracy, the area is a bit small, but the message which they are spreading from here to across the country is a big, that 82% of the vote has already been polled till 5:30, the latest figure which could reach us. And still, the breaking news which is still coming in right now is that more than 1180 voters are still lining up in queue, and they are waiting for their turn to cast their vote even after 6 p.m. And this is the reason the official press conference, which was scheduled at 6:30 p.m. by the Chief Election Officer of the Puducherry, has also been deferred, because they are waiting for all the people to cast their vote, and then only they will come in front of the media after all the calculation, because this is geographically also a different place. 196 kilometers is the Karaikal, which is the second largest enclave of Puducherry after the Puducherry mainland, which we are standing right now in. And the other is Yanam, which is 800 kilometers, and the third one is Mahe, that is also 900 kilometers. So they are waiting for the latest figure to come from there, and then only the final details will be able to reach to us. In the meanwhile, let me take you through the whole day's picture. In the morning, when the election process started, the people start coming in with zeal and enthusiasm, especially the youth who are living in different parts of the country. They are working in for the employment. They are very much enthusiastic, and they start coming at 6 a.m. and start the using of the right of their franchisee to exercise their right of franchisee. They start coming at 7 o'clock. We have seen a lot of serpentine queues, and after that, many people in groups are also we have seen people from nearby villages also coming to cast their vote. And this is a very healthy sign that last time in 2011 more than 85% of total percentage casted their vote, and this time the election commission, after going through a huge campaign, it was a very aggressive campaign played by the election commission throughout the last 2 months, and they are very optimistic that this time the figure will reach more than 85%. And this is what we are getting right now from our different sources. More than 83% vote has already been casted, and now the last figure will come, and that will decide whether the last figure has been surpassed or not.
Absolutely. Okay, let's quickly go across Akhilesh Suman as well in Chennai. Akhilesh, we understand weather playing a spoilsport there as well. In fact, some reports claiming that there have been floods in certain areas. Give us an idea of how, what are you hearing as far as weather is concerned, and did that perhaps affect the voting percentage?
No, weather was a problem just before the afternoon, and after the afternoon, weather was very clear.
Okay.
There is no problem with the weather. But Election Commission has got complaints that because of weather, people are stranded somewhere. So there was a consideration that whether in 8 districts, 1 hour can be given to the voters who have come. But finally, it was decided to know weather is okay now. So whoever has come to the polling booth till 6 p.m., they are all allowed. So some in Madurai and some other districts, people have spent some more time there, but it's all right now. And as far as the voter percentage is concerned, it will go up to more than 80%.
All right. So at the moment, 80% and above is what we're expecting in Tamil Nadu. Thanks so much to the three of you for joining us for the moment. In fact, we'll take a quick break here, and still ahead, we're going to talk about Tamil Nadu. We'll also be getting some special guests here to take us through what really has been this election season, especially for these 2 states and Union Territory today. We'll take a quick break and be back with more.
The sacred relics of Buddha were unearthed in Piprava in Uttar Pradesh. Buddhist monks from all over the world visit the National Museum to pay their respects. These charred bone fragments of Buddha are housed in the gold canopy gifted by the royal family of Thailand.
Welcome back. Now, voting in Thanjavur constituency in Tamil Nadu was deferred today following evidence of large-scale distribution of money to voters. The Election Commission's move comes a day after it took a similar decision for Aravakuruchi. As per the Commission's order, in fact, polling for Thanjavur Assembly constituency will now be held on the 23rd of May. The orders were issued late on Sunday following the seizure of huge sums of cash and reports about large-scale distribution of money to voters. The poll panel made this decision so that the effect of the money power created by the distribution of money and gift items to electors of the constituency loses its intensity. And staying with the state, the Election Commission also issued show-cause notices to Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalitha and DMK Chief Karunanidhi for violating the Model Code of Conduct. AIADMK has replied, while the DMK has sought more time to respond. The notices had said that prima facie, the manifestos of the two parties have not substantially fulfilled the guidelines of the Commission. Referring to the guidelines of the election manifesto for political parties, the Commission reminded them that the trust of voters should be sought only on those promises which are possible to be fulfilled. Parties in Tamil Nadu, remember, are known to promise things like colour TVs, mixer grinders, ceiling fans and free rice in their election manifestos. And this time too, the two parties had made a slew of promises like free mobile phones and 3G or even 4G connections. And let's get in our guests at the moment joining us in studio to take us through really the election season at this point of time. What surprises perhaps we could expect from these states? Parsa Venkatesh Rao, editorial consultant with the DNA, joining us. We also have Ganapathy Subramaniam, who's the bureau chief of Puthiya Talaimurai, joining us as well. If I could start with you, Parsa sir, any surprises you're expecting this time around, or perhaps it's going to be an easy picture, easy win for Jayalalitha, Congress, UDF in Kerala? Is that what you're expecting? And perhaps in our Congress in Puducherry too?
When the campaign started, it looked that Jayalalitha was in a comfortable position and her victory seemed quite determined, and except that there would be a difference of numbers, whether her numbers would come down but she would retain her majority. But there have been some reports from journalists who have been there, who have gone and covered there, but perhaps there could be a shock or two, a surprise or two for everybody.
Okay.
And that, but you know how the mood and the perception changes from the beginning of the campaign to the voting day.
Yes.
But none of them are clear enough. I mean, we are no crystal gazers, and I don't think we can really say. But there could be surprises, and it should not be unexpected, because voting day, things do change.
Absolutely, and that's what the game of politics
is all about.
That's true, that's true.
Yeah.
Ganapathy, any surprises that you're looking forward to? In fact, you know, the performance of BJP, yes, we do know, we did see Srisant there making a very tall promise. They're going to get around 70 plus seats. That's, of course, I mean, at this point of time, it seems quite a tall order. But nonetheless, that's the kind of confidence they're definitely showing. And do you think that is perhaps going to reflect in the votes a bit?
BJP is at least trying to place itself as a key factor which will decide the defeat or win of either the left front or the Congress. If the Congress retains power, it could be possibly due to the BJP factor cutting into the votes of the left. But in the normal course, people expect that LDF probably will ride on the anti-incumbency wave, because Chandy has been beset with a lot of scams.
That's right.
Solar scam, etc. And also the liquor controversy, how he banned liquor. First bars were all closed, and then some of them were allowed to reopen, etc. All these controversies have really dented the image of Chandy. So probably that, and also the BJP factor might help left to do it very easily, come back to power. If it doesn't happen, then probably the BJP factor is working the other way. That could be the only surprise.
Compared to, Tamil Nadu, where you see a lot of mudslinging, you also see a sort of a third front that has emerged, trying to take over the two Dravidian parties, Parsa sir. Puducherry, a state, union territory, we don't know much about. The politics has been more so, calm and serene as just the area is. But the NR Congress hoping to come back to power, and, even though the Congress DMK are pretty sure, at least, as far as verbal commitments are concerned, they're quite sure
as far as
that they're going to be there.
Because Puducherry is a union territory, and it's, at most of the time we thought that it was an extension of Tamil Nadu's politics between DMK and NRDMK. But with the emergence of the NR factor, that it is the local leader who emerged as a key factor, and it is the local leader who remains the king sort of thing. Whether that would work this time also is something to be seen, because the other parties, whether Congress, DMK or Anna DMK, are seen to be bigger parties which may not have much stake. They are not purely local. So here is one party which says we have nothing to do with the rest of the place. We are focused on this particular union territory and we reflect the thing. But people might go in for that kind of a charm, saying that it is our man, and that is how he sort of staked himself, that I am the local man and I have no other ideology or no other greater, wider perspective, and not necessary to. So I think he is one man who is confident. The others are trying to break that spell. Both DMK and Nana DMK are trying to break that spell, and Congress is trying desperately to remain in the game. But it looks like that he might emerge. He might remain a victor after all these fluctuations.
Okay, and just talking about Tamil Nadu, Ganpati, the emergence or sorts, at least the portrayal of this third front, Vijaykanth, how much of a factor is he going to be? Or for that matter, even Ramados, how do these fronts, how do they play out on final results day, and what kind of can they be kingmakers? Can they actually play some hand in eventually the government formation that we'll see in the state?
On the face of it, it is a multi-cornered contest, but the real contest is only between the DMK and the ADMK. The third front of Vijaykanth or the other fronts which have been formed by BJP or PMK and other parties, they will not be of any consequence in terms of deciding the victory or defeat of either of the two Dravidian parties. However, the Dravidian major parties have really shocked because of the emergence of so many competitors, and that's why we are seeing money power playing out in abundance.
Yes.
Like DMK and ADMK have been accused of pouring money into every nook and corner of
historic
Tamil Nadu.
Figures rather that our correspondents are telling us. Yes.
More than 100 crores seized, and there is a convoy of trucks, 3 trucks, which are said to contain 570 crore rupees. What was it doing there? Nobody knows, still it has not become clear. So at least DMK and ADMK are scared that the competition might be disturbed because of these parties. That's why they are trying their best to make sure that they remain in the game and others are pushed out. One small thing I want to add about Puducherry, what Mr. Parsa had said, the NR factor is very important. The DMK and Congress are in coalition in Tamil Nadu and Puducherry as well. In Tamil Nadu, obviously DMK is the senior partner, but in Puducherry, Congress is the senior partner, DMK is the junior partner. Similarly, AIDMK doesn't have much significance. NR had a coalition with BJP, that he was part of the NDA. He has broken out of that. He has taken assistance of every party, made coalition with every party, and finally he himself remained in power while cutting everybody off. So therefore, now also after the results, if there is a hung assembly or something, he may not be hesitant to pull people from Congress, or the Congress may not be hesitant to pull people from NR Congress. They are from the same stock.
Yes. All right. That's interesting. And finally, since we are taking a wrap finally of, elections, be it the East or even the South, BJP, of course, has obviously not been able to open its account either way. But how do you think they're going to be performing this time around? In Assam, at least, they seem to have a realistic chance of
I think Assam
getting
is the
some
only
numbers.
state where I think they have a realistic chance of winning a substantial number and even upset the apple cart sort of thing and make it to the par. That's the only state. But in the other 3 states, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu and Kerala, I don't think they count really much, though they have placed their hopes very much in Bengal and Kerala, hoping to open their accounts, and even if they win about 4 to 5 seats, they want to increase the percentage of their votes so that their presence is felt. But then that is marginal.
Take on from that momentum of actually the general elections that took place in 2014. Take on from that momentum. But
In one way they want to continue that momentum, but that momentum has just disappeared. You know?
All right.
It is their own hope that there is a need and there is a space for BJP in these areas.
All right. Parsa sir, Ganpati, thanks so much for joining us. Interesting elections it's been. Of course, the most interesting day will be on 19th, the results day. And thanks so much for joining us for the moment. And of course, that's all we have for you on Verdict 2016 for the moment. But do watch out for a special coverage here on Rajya Sabha TV on the 19th of May results day. We'll take a quick break. News continues after that.